fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, screw you, curse, 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 and curse. I'm done here. Good day, ladies and gentlemen, this is Advanced Logic, and welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Zelda, the Minish Cap. Here we are back in the Trilby Highlands and all that other crap, and if you guys maybe possibly noticed, I kinda doubt it, but now if you didn't notice, well, I'm gonna point it out and make it obvious now. If you guys noticed, I did increase my number of rupees, not because I actually went rupee grinding for some fucking reason, but it's because I decided to switch versions of the Minish Cap. So yeah, thankfully I didn't make my way too far into the game, so yeah, this wasn't a complete and utter chore to do. Because the version that you guys saw in the first 4 parts that I was playing was the European version, so I was playing the European ROM. And I didn't really realize it at the time until I noticed some things like translations and such. Like, there are some minor translations and such that are different from, like, between versions, so yeah. Keep that in mind, and yeah, I kind of caught on to it eventually, but still, it's like, yeah. Might want to keep that shit in mind. Because, like, how did I catch it? It was because, the way I caught it, is because whenever, like, or when we talked to that one Blade guy, I forgot the guy's name. Swiftblade. Yeah, anyway, wait, first, you return, did you gather your elements? A sanctuary, you say? Why, I've heard of no such thing in my castle. Even though I know about the fucking Minish! You're fucking crazy, sir! Anyway, look at that, that's our second Kinstone fusion. Holy crap. 98 more to go, guys. Anyway, as I was saying, like, the translation between Swiftblade and between versions, like, in the European version, whenever he does, like, the whole possession thing over you, like, he says switch, Roo. But in the US version, which is the one I have on my 3DS, of course, he says possession. Yeah, I kind of caught on to that. I was just like, wait a minute, I'm playing the wrong version here. So I do recall the story my grandmother once told me long ago. She said she saw a doorway appear in the palace courtyard as a child. This door does indeed open only once a century, and may be open even now. As with the Picori themselves, the door is visible only to the eyes of a child. We might have walked past it recently and never even known it was there. Alright, that's cool, and let's see if you get a few... Alright. So we got 2 of these NPCs out of the way. Freaking Potho. Your freaking name is hilarious, honestly, just Potho. But yeah, I kind of caught on to that. And then I decided to do a little research on the differences between the European and American versions. Like, other than the minor translation differences that are in between the versions, I also did notice some glitches in the European version that are not present in the American version that could have prevented me from getting 100%. Actually, one of them did prevent me from getting 100% in American standards anyway. In American standards, well, you guys will see right now, because I don't think... Once I'm going to be getting enough money to actually get the boomerang, I'm probably just going to do that Anju Kuko collecting thing. And while I was catching up, I did notice that this version definitely lags a lot less between things, so yeah. I even did the Anju minigame thing, and I did do this kind of thing off screen, like on the European version of the ROM, and yeah. You guys remember how it was like lagging like crap when I was first recording this? Or when I was recording this? Well, check this out. It runs so smoothly on this version. Anyway, I gotta collect 5 of these. I'm gonna try to collect them. I gotta get 5 of them. I gotta hurry the fuck up. Anyway, the golden Kukos, as you guys saw, they could wriggle out of your grasp if you, like, hold on to them for too long. So yeah, thankfully, there's plenty of white ones. But as you progress further on in this minigame of sorts, there's more and more golden ones and less white ones. So yeah, you're gonna come to appreciate the crap out of the white ones, especially later on. Anyway, I believe that's the 5th one? I can't remember. I want to say it is. I'm just gonna... Either way, I'm out of time. So yeah, as you guys saw, I went through that whole thing so smoothly, and like the text isn't making things drag on, and geez, that was just a waste of 90 rupees. I didn't even get half of that. Anyway, you guys are gonna be seeing right here, once I shoot the cane of Paki at the freaking boomerang, actually once I buy the boomerang for 300 rupees, this well-crafted weapon returns when thrown. Well, holy shit, I did not know the boomerang did that. Anyway, and then once you walk out and then walk back in, you'll see there's a bomb bag upgrade that's available in its place. And it's 600 rupees, you can buy it for 600 rupees of course. Now the reason I'm pointing this out is because in the European version, that bomb bag upgrade is not available in the Hyrule Town market. So yeah, it's kind of something you want to catch on to. Like if you're a real anal completionist about that sort of thing, then yeah. So, a new sword, fantastic, and you seem to have quite a new skills with it. I'm ready to train you again, young swordsman. And of course, good sir, I will take this training with pride. Kind of, because it's just the rock breaker. Swing your sword to break pots. Actually, that's all there is. I don't even know. And as I pointed out before with the whole translation differences, possession. I don't know, honestly I prefer that more than like the switch-a-roo. Then again, you kind of can see it as switcheroo, like saying it all Asian-like. I don't even know. So now we know the rock breakers, so we don't have to waste our time lifting pots and throwing them on the ground. We can just break them instantly. So yeah, in order to get the rock breaker, you gotta have like a sword greater than your own grandfather's sword. So yeah, keep that in mind. And one other thing while we're here, and get the fuck out of my way! The hell? Hey! I can't even fuse kinstones with you. What the fuck? Anyway, you guys are gonna see this little pot right here. If you shoot the can of Packy at it, or Pocky, whatever the hell, it turns into a Minish portal. Anyway, I'm just gonna get this out of the way because honestly, I don't want to be having to see this animation later on. Of course, there are some people that you could use kinstones with in here. But I think I have very few kinstones left to fuse with. Even some human objects are portals to the Minish world. Minish may not look like much, but they are quite crafty. Anyway, now that we're Minish-sized, we can actually traverse more of Hyrule Town that we couldn't traverse before, such as over freaking here. And you see this little chick on here. Like, you see this little chick right here on top of Swiftblade's house. The Minish, not like my brothers, I won't chase you around and peck at you. Not only that, I have some good info for you. Somewhere in Hyrule, there's a great fairy who helps honest adventurers. If you see her, answer her every question truthfully. Beep! I don't know. And we can actually fuse kinstones with this guy, and thankfully we have one, because I did not want to have to waste time looking for a kinstone piece and then come back to this guy and then like I'm all crap. Well, you know, I find out I don't have a kinstone piece to fuse with, and then I'm like crap, and then I have to go find it, and then I come back and I'm like, geez, this was not worth it. You know what I mean. Anyway, now to fuse with that guy. Whenever you're Minish and you're around animals, there are different reactions between animals. Like with dogs, you can actually talk to them normally, and along with cows and such. Just as this guy right here. Oh, sorry, am I in your way? I just wanted a little attention. Anyway, it's nice of you to say hi. Sorry for the trouble. I'll move now. Thank you, sir. Anyway, while we're here, and goddamn it, I need red ones. Alright, and that guy gets pissed off. Anyway, you want to talk to that dog so that way you can make your way here without having to turn into the Minish form every single freaking time. So it saves you some time, of course. And yes, do that now before, yeah, you'll start looking like a jackass and such. And anyway, I'm shooting a cane of Packy at these things. Skilled carpenter, I'm looking for a talent. Good for you, sir. So busy, gotta finish here so I can repair the steps next. And you got fused with one of these guys, too. And, Jesus, red and green one. Any of you have a blue one that I can fuse with? Because I honestly have blue ones. Also, as you guys actually noticed, I do have different kinstones to fuse with this time. Because, yeah, like hell, you're going to be getting the exact same kinstones every single time. Except for the first time. After that, yeah, I can't fuse kinstones with this guy. So yeah, some kinstones won't be available until a future part in the game and stuff. And I think, if I remember reading correctly, most kinstone fusions don't really start appearing until, like, really near the end of the game. So, you guys aren't going to see that counter go up really quick anytime soon. Anyway, how many freaking... I got like 100 of those mysterious shells. I collect those mysterious shells you've seen scattered all over the place. If you bring me if you bring those shells to me, I'll trade you these figurines that I've made. Is that a mysterious shell? I got a lot. You already a chance at winning a figurine. Oh, now it's just a chance. And of course, the more shells you use, the more likely you'll win a figure you don't have. And of course, the first one's pretty much always just one. Well, it is always one. No, pretty much always. So anyway, this is Figurines. So yeah, you get random figurine every single time. And of course, the first one we get is number 99. Oh, that's cool. Of course, it's just a figurine on a random person, object, monster, whatever the fuck. Honestly, I can't really remember. Anyway, this is a part of getting 100% in this game. So yeah. Crap. Be sure to collect a lot of mysterious shells. In fact, I may or may not. In fact, I think I will. And why the hell did I get one of a boulder? What? How does... I don't even know. I may or may not, but most likely will. I'm going to be doing this off screen most of the time. Because honestly, you guys don't want to see me, like, offer up my shells. Then having to walk over here, pull at this, then the thing drops out. Then it shows you the egg cracking and such. And then at a 97% chance? Well, at least you get some money out of it. I suppose. Well, with that, I'm just going to get the fuck out of here. But yeah. You guys really don't want to see me going through that whole tedious process of having to pay him the shells and then having to get, like, go over to the lever and then pull the lever and then waiting for the damn thing to reveal itself. Honestly, it's more hassle than it's worth, and I don't want to go through all that. Anyway, if I remember correctly, there's some guy here we have to fuse kinstones with, and hopefully... damn it, I need the red one. Yeah, we really want to be fusing kinstones with this guy, if I remember correctly. Or at least really early on. Like, before we start making our way later into the game and such. Anyway, and there's also someone else I know we have to fuse kinstones with, but I don't have enough of the kinstone pieces. And I've spent like 12 minutes on this recording already. Alright, cool. So, what else is there to do? What else? I don't even... Oh, right. Wait, what the... How did I freaking forget the whole reason we went to Hyrule Castle in the first place? Like, the reason we went to Hyrule Castle was to find the Elemental Sanctuary, and then I talked to the King and Podho, and then fucking... I completely forgot about the whole reason I went there. So yeah, Podho actually mentioned we gotta go to the Palace Courtyard, and we just gotta go over here then. So yeah, you kinda have to look around the castle and then find the courtyard, pretty much just look for a yard of court. I don't know. That wasn't even funny. I don't even know why I chuckled. Lonk, look, you see how that doorway glows? Could that be the door that leads to the sanctuary? Nobody in the castle seems able... I don't even know that. Screw it. God, I love this music. Anyway, so this is the Elemental Sanctuary then. This is where you can infuse your blade with the power of the elements in blue text. Yes, there seems to be a pedestal for your sword right in the middle there. Just the freaking poses he takes. I don't know, the music's soothing, that's all I gotta say right now. So the powers of the earth and fire elements and have infused the white sword. Let's see if I can't read that tablet for you. Fill your sword with power and walk over the glowing tile. Perhaps it refers to those flashing spots on the floor around you. Oh, what are you waiting for? Try it, Lonk. Try it now. So of course you just gotta charge up a spin attack. And you'll see this bar thing fill up. It looks like a magic meter, but in reality, it's not. It's pretty much just a charging meter. So, you just split in two. This is the power of the white sword. Guess you can double yourself like that anytime you see these panels. So yes, this is kind of a gimmick, but not really. Then again, the whole shrinking thing is kind of a gimmick, but honestly, you wouldn't consider it that. So once that whole bar fills up to full, you can just pass over these panels, and then you could split yourself. And of course, the copies of yourself last as long as the bar, until the bar completely depletes, or until they run into something like a wall. So that's all I gotta mention, because honestly I don't want to be like talking about that sort of thing later on. Getting it out of the way now in case people want to figure this sort of thing out. Anyway, now that we actually came back to figure out, now that we figured out what the hell we actually had to do, let's just continue onward and look for the next two elements, because yeah, we're gonna have to find those two if we want to fully power up this thing, because yeah, this thing's not even close to being powered up. It's like halfway there. So let's continue away. I don't even know which one to find next. Interesting. You're the last person I expected to find here. And just as I was wondering who could be behind this, I find my old master. Of course. And as always, you are dressed in the shabbiest of rags. My curses are not to be mocked. The one I cast on you is most powerful. No matter what power you wield, you will never break it. You haven't changed in the slightest. Yeah, I'm scratching my ass. You guys didn't have to know that, but I had to. I should never have created that cap. It only fueled your insane desires. Fool! A hat that grants the wishes of its wearer is a spectacular creation. Thanks to you, I've gone from being a meek, minuscule nothing to the greatest sorcerer alive. You cannot stop me now, and I have you to thank for it. Accept this small gesture of gratitude for me. Wait, is it candy? You guys knew it wasn't candy. So you just gotta fight these guys. So yeah, moblins, you gotta just attack them from the side. That's all I gotta say, because when you attack them from the front, then they're like, they block it with the freaking spear and such. Anyway, so what could he be scheming now? Feel I owe you an explanation on what has happened. See, Vaati and I are both Minish. I was once a famous sage and a renowned Minish craftsman. Vaati was only a boy when I took him on as my apprentice, but he became enchanted by the wickedness in the hearts of men. One day, Vaati took a hat I made for the humans, my pride and joy. He granted the wishes of its wearer. He put it on without permission. You know the legends, of course, the gifts the Picori gave the humans. What you call the Picori Blade was the first of those gifts. The second, well, you call it Light Force, but it is a source of limitless magical power. If Vaati were to get it now, it would be devastating. I came to the world of men hoping to stop Vaati, and I met you in the woods. But it seems we won't be breaking the curse on me anytime soon. However, with the Sacred Blade, we could certainly restore Princess Zelda. I'm sorry, all that has happened has been due to my own pride, my folly. Must rely on you, on your power, until we put an end to Vaati. And damn it, advanced logic, could you give me a little more emotion? That's all I ask for. Anyway, just search for the next element. So yeah, just gotta be looking around for that next element and such. Honestly, you'd kind of have to figure out, you'd have to go over freaking here. Or at least, yeah. I believe there's no other way to actually reach there. But let's just continue on. We're gonna just do all this other crap before we actually start heading over to the next dungeon and such. Or to the next element. Oh, you guys know what I meant. Anyway, if I remember correctly... Actually, I don't think there's anything we could do here just yet. Unless... Maybe? Wait a minute. There we go. Just hit that right there, and let's just continue onward into here. If I remember correctly, there is something we do over here, and then talk to some guys right here. You hear all sorts of stuff from the people here. Maybe one of these I could fuse kinstones with? No. Crap. Alright. Just wasting my time with you guys. Screw it. You guys won't help me progress further in this game, and screw you too, buddies. Anyway, there's these guys right here. Nice smell, of course. Anyway, yeah, you guys see the whole emulation weirdness going on. Honestly, that's very negligible. Kind of. Anyway, I knew city life would be exciting. Oh my god. And I really need more variety in my kinstones. Anyway, let's just make our way over here, if I remember correctly. I think we could do something over here. Or at least we have to. And I don't get why the shop is the one that's like filled to the brim with like freaking crazy enemies and shit. I don't even know why. And what the hell's over here? Yeah, look at that. So... is anyone back there? I guess not. How odd. I think we do have to trigger something like in a certain spot. What up, sir? Knew there was someone here. When did you find your way back here? Serious Springs employees only. That is to say me and me alone. Well, fuck you, guy. I'm gonna get out of here. Fuck you. I don't know. Anyway, I think I may have wasted a little more time than I should have on this part. Honestly, we didn't make much progress. Unless you count Kinstone Fusion progress, but honestly, I kind of doubt it. Anyway, screw it, let's just make our way to the next area, and yes. Either way, we gotta make more areas accessible, so may as well make that on our to-do list and such. And hey, old lady, get the fuck out of my way. No offense, but get the fuck out of my way. It's fine. To go all the way around you, goddammit. Anyway, I believe now we can't use kinstones with that guy. At least not yet. And yeah, I tried making sure to do everything almost exactly the same way I did it when I recorded the first 4 parts. Anyway, there's one of these markings right over here. Make sure to get that. You never know, it might save you some time, shifty guys. And there's also one like near Lonk's house, or at least your grandfather's house. I don't know whose house it is. Whoever owns the deed or whatever to this freaking house, I don't even care. Anyway, let's go check in on our freaking grandpa. So this is your house. It seems like a nice place. So where's my room? Screw you, sir. Jesus. You freaking moochin' son of a biznatch. Hey, you're looking so much stronger. If you get tired, just go ahead and take a nap upstairs in your room. Busy making sorts with the guards to keep the monsters at bay. I wish I could do more, but for now, we need you to save Princess Zelda. Of course, good sir. I'm assuming if you talk to him at least once and then talk to him again later on, he might be able to do Kinstone Fusion with you, but I'm not sure. So this is your room. That makes it my room too, right? God damn it, Leslo. No, it doesn't. In fact, we're not even going to sleep in the same bed. In fact, I'm never going to even sleep in bed at all. And speaking of sleeping in a bed, oh god, I feel so tired right now. Oh man, I've just been busy for the last couple days with work and then hanging out with friends and such. Mainly because one of my friends moved out of town because he finally found a job out of town and such. But that's a story that's a little too personal. I don't want to get into it. I'll just leave it at that. Oh, look at that. A kinstone piece in the freaking grass. So yeah, green kinstone pieces you can find in grass. Some enemies will actually drop it. Well, I think moblins have like a higher chance of dropping it. At least from what I've seen. Anyway, I think I did see some stuff in the Minish Woods. Or at least we were able to get some stuff in the Minish Woods because of the Kinstone fusions that we did with Podho and the King of Hyrule. Anyway, I think I might just go for that, and then I'll be making my way over to the next area where we have to go. Actually, I should probably be checking the map in the Minish Woods just to make sure I'm not like... yeah, there we go. All 3 things all the way out here and such. May as well go for those 2 right here. Anyway, while we're actually making our way here in through the Minish Village, I believe there is a heart piece that I missed here. Because I did look this through on my 3DS, so I'm like, holy crap, how did they expect you to... and then again, I was like, it's kind of my fault, because you just make your way over here, this little tiny path that... it's kind of hard to notice, but yeah, if you make your way over here... piece of heart, good son, that makes for our 7. And I'm still counting them. I don't know why I'm still counting them, but why the hell not? So anyway, let's just collect those 2 treasure chits and such. Those chits? I meant treasure tits. You know what I meant. I don't know, I'm just freaking tired and exhausted. I've worked all day today. Oh, here's one. 22 for holy crap, no, screw the other one. Shit, as far as I know, it's gonna be another 200 or 50 or whatever. I don't want to be risking filling up my whole wallet and putting it to waste. Alright, let's just make our way back. I'll see you guys outside of the entrance. Alright guys, I'm back out here in the Eastern Hills and such. Holy crap, where the hell did you come from? Anyway, I believe we should be making our way over to the next area. I'm gonna be doing that before we cut this off. May as well make a little progress in that aspect. You know what I mean? I believe we just gotta be making our... Oh, wait, we gotta go back from the Trilby Highlands. I forgot about that. Never mind. We have to go from South Hyrule Field. I keep forgetting that because honestly, the next area and its dungeon, it is like the part that I got lost in the most when I first played this game. Because at that, like the first time I played this game, it was just like, geez. Like, I just got stuck on that dungeon and I never played it until years later. I'm like, hey man, how did I get stuck on this? Anyway, when you use the power of 2, you can actually push bigger blocks and such. So yeah, that one, like, 2x2 block and such, we could actually push it with 2 people. Same goes with 3x3s and all that other stuff, or at least blocks 3 people wide, I suppose. And, oh god, it's freaking keys! Another red kinstone piece, alright. Wondering what kind of piece it is, though. I'm gonna check right here. Whoa, that's definitely not one we could fuse anyone with so far. Anyway, you guys see some moblins right here, just like the ones we fought before. Of course, like I said before, you want to attack it from the side or something like that, and hey, god damn it. Yeah, I've actually noticed moblins drop those freaking kinstone pieces, or at least the green ones, like a lot more frequently than any other enemy. As far as I know. Just making assumptions, just from personal experience and such. And the Western Wood. What a strange feeling. I sensed something from the castle's direction. Or was it just me? Well, that was pointless. Maybe it's just the wind, but I hope nothing bad has happened. Anyway, we need to look for the next element. Map says it should be around here somewhere. Of course, good sir, that's where I was going. Holy crap, and yeah, I want to watch out for these like little, like fox enemies, I suppose. I don't really know their official names. Or if they're even foxes at all, or if they're based on them. But yeah, might want to watch out for them because they can run into you, they'll knock out rupees, and then, yeah, you're going to be losing rupees. I really advise against that. Or at least I would anyway. So this must be Castor Wilds. It's a nasty dank place filled with swamp, land, and mire. You know there's an element waiting for us around somewhere in here, so in we go. Come on, Lonk, into the muck with us. Yes, of course, good sir. I'm gonna cut some grass first, and let us get going, and yeah! Never mind. I don't think we can walk fast enough to cross the swamp. We're gonna have to find some way to get across safely. Anyway, I think with that, I'm gonna be cutting it here for this part, guys. So, if you guys like this part, maybe you do, but if you do, give it a like, subscribe if you want to watch future videos, and feel free to watch any of my previous videos, if you really feel like it. Next time on Let's Play Legend of Zelda the Minish Cap, we're going to be figuring out how to cross the Castor Wilds. So, see you guys then.